What is up? This is Ant, and you are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, AEW All Elite Wrestling Dynamite, April 27th, 2022 recap episode. For this week's edition of AEW Dynamite, they were live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and we kick off Dynamite with the Owen Hart Foundation tournament qualifying match between Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions and the AAA Tag Team Champions, Dax Hardwood taking on his partner Cash Wheeler. And there's a lot of back and forth to start. Dax pokes Cash in the eye and Cash pushes and punches Dax. Hardwood nails a superplex and Wheeler nails 3 Germans, and then Hardwood nails his own German as well. A double crossbody with many reversal pin attempts. Dax Hardwood nails a slingshot sit-out powerbomb and gets a 2 count. Wheeler nails a pile driver and gets a 2. Wheeler then goes for a super back suplex, but Hardwood drops down on top of Wheeler and gets a 2 count. Hardwood then crossbodies Wheeler to the outside, and Hardwood rolls up Wheeler and he gets a 3 count, meaning that Dax Hardwood advances to the Owen Hart Foundation tournament competition. After the match, the 2-men hug. This was a great match. What was cool about this match is the 2 look back to some of Bret Hart's greatest matches, and they used some of the moves. That crossbody maneuver came from trying to think, I think it might have been his match with Owen, I think. And there's also the move where I think Cash was on top of Dax's shoulders and Dash rolled him up. It was a cool move. So anyways, good match, good opening contest to Dynamite. We then find out that at Double or Nothing on May 29th, 2022, live in Las Vegas, the AEW World Champion Hangman Adam Page will defend his AEW World title against CM Punk. CM Punk then comes on the ring and said he's never been in the locker room with more talent than All Elite Wrestling. When CM Punk came back, he asked himself, can I still do this? And I can now say, hell yeah, I can. Everything so far has been a warm-up. I will give everything I have for you all. CM Punk has never been a gambling man, but he will always bet on himself. And Punk says he will fight until the wheels fall off. Great promo from CM Punk. Adam Page versus CM Punk at Double or Nothing. Could be a great match. I'm excited for that one. Next, we have the Blackpool Combat Club with William Regal taking on QT Marshall, Aaron Solo, and Nick Camarado with Anthony Ogogo at ringside. We'll have back and forth to start this match as well. Bryan Danielson with many kicks in the corner, and he nails a suicide dive to the outside. Danielson then nails some yes kicks to Aaron Solo, and then Danielson applies the bell lock, but QT breaks up. And then Danielson nails a drop kick and tags in Wheeler Yuta. Nick Camarado tosses Wheeler Yuta across the ring twice, but then Wheeler nails his finisher to get the win. Blackpool Combat Club again winning, just showing their strength, showing how great they are. I love this team. I do hope they start to take on more serious competition, but we will see. Good match. We then see Jamie Hayter and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, backstage with Tony Storm. And Ruby Soho appears and says that the late, great Owen Hart said, enough is enough. It's time for a change. She's tired of Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. Britt and Jamie then leave. Obviously, this is going to lead to a tag team match between these 4 women. We then see backstage where Absolute Tony, Ricky Starks, and Powerhouse Hobbs challenge Jurassic Express for the tag team titles. We then have a special match between Wardlow and the Murder Hawk Monster, Lance Archer, with Jake the Snake Roberts taking on one another. MJF and Shawn Spears are in the skybox for this one. MJF says women in Philadelphia use their personality as a form of birth control, which is really, really, really fucked up. But anyways, Wardlow dives on, or Lance Archer dives on a Wardlow and the guards outside. Wardlow nails a really cool Hurricane Rana, double clothesline. Lance Archer nails a springboard moonsault to Wardlow. Archer then with a choke slam gets a 2 count. He nails a blackout and gets a 2. Wardlow nails a swanton and a powerbomb symphony, and Wardlow gets a 3 count. Wardlow continuing to win whatever challenge is being tossed at him. MJF, he's coming for you. I would be prepared. We then get the segment with Jericho Appreciation Society. They come down and Angelo has a mic and says there will be no physicality. And those rats backstage agree. Those rats being Santana, Ortiz, and Eddie Kingston. Those three men come out, and Chris Jericho says the earth is 4 billion years old, and you get to live in the era of Chris Jericho. Jericho demands an apology from all three men. Santana and Ortiz give him a middle finger for their apology, and then Jericho taunts them to fight. Jericho says he has a hit on all of you men. And then Kingston gets in Jericho's face, and Kingston says, we put bodies in the ground and we will do it again. I don't think you're ready for that. And Santana, Kingston, and Ortiz leave. Jericho looks on looking scared. I don't know if Jericho can keep up to this promise because Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz are coming for Jericho Appreciation Society. All right, up next, we have our Philadelphia street fight. Hikaru Shida taking on Serena Deeb, the professor. These two have been going at it since last October. It has been a just competition between these two ever since. Hikaru hits a missile dropkick, and then Shida sends Deeb into the turnbuckle. Shida with a running knee to Deeb's ribs. And then Deeb hits Shida's knee with a chair, and Deeb then also nails a knee breaker on the chair to Hikaru. Serena Deeb then tosses powder in Hikaru Shida's eyes, and Deeb nails Shida with a kendo stick many times. Shida then pours H2O water on her face, and Shida hits a missile dropkick off the steps. Shida then hits Deeb with a chair, an avalanche falcon arrow off the top rope, and Shida gets a 2 count. Shida then chokes Deeb with a kendo stick. However, Deeb nails a detox onto a steel chair, gets a 2 count. She then slams Shida's knee onto the chair, and Deeb applies a Texas closer relief, and Hikaru Shida is knocked out. And we now know that Serena Deeb is now their #1 ranking woman. Will she get to take on Thunder Rosa at Double or Nothing? We'll have to see and find out. Next, MJF is backstage and he calls someone and he gets off the phone. He says, Wardlow, you will fight someone next week taller than you, smarter than you, and you can't teach that. Let me know in the comments who you think. I have a really good thought that it's going to be Big Cass, but it could be a big swerve, so we don't know. We then see a segment where Fuego del Sol is knocked out on the ramp, and House of Black are there, and they go to take off Fuego's mask, but someone is in the ring, and they say, we have a plan. Penta and Pac come out, and the guy in the ring, everyone's thinking it's Alex Abrahamians, but he is not there. Alex does come out on stage and says, we haven't forgotten. And then it ends up, the man in the ring ends up taking off the coat, and it's Ray Phoenix who returns, and he takes out Matthews. And now Death Triangle is back and ready for House of Black. This is going to be a great, great, great war between these 6 men. The Undisputed Elite then take on the Varsity Blondes and many other members of the tag team. It wasn't really a long match. Undisputed Elite get the quick win. Really nothing here. Not a lot to talk about. Undisputed Elite looking great together. We then go backstage and we see Jericho Appreciation Society have attacked Ortiz, Santana, and they end up grabbing Eddie Kingston, pulling him, and Jericho tosses a fireball in Eddie Kingston's face. Terrible act by Chris Jericho. This is flaming the fire between these two factions. Something is going to happen next week on Dynamite for sure. We're now at our main event, the TNT title ladder match. The TNT Champion Sammy Guevara with Tay Conti taking on Scorpio Sky with Dan Lambert. And Guevara and Sky fight outside the ring to start. Sky sends Guevara into the railing, and Sky then tosses Guevara into the railing as well, twice. Guevara then nails a German on the ramp, and Guevara does Snow Angels after that, trying to continue on his heel work. Guevara then tosses Scorpio Sky into the railing. Guevara climbs a ladder and jumps off onto Scorpio Sky, totally botching that move. But, you know, it is what it is. At least he tried. And then Sky nails a TKO to Guevara, who was flying at Sky. Sky then has a ladder wrapped with barbed wire. He nails a Spanish, well, actually, Sammy Guevara nails a Spanish fly too. Scorpio Sky onto that barbed wire ladder. Tay Conti comes in and low blows Dan Lambert, and then Paige Van Zant runs out, and Paige and Tay fight during this match. Tay and Sammy then nail a double super kick, and they make out in the middle of the ring. However, Scorpio Sky nails a flatliner. Sky climbs the ladder, and Tay jumps on top of his back. Then Guevara climbs the ladder as well, and Paige Van Zant climbs Guevara's back. They both drop the women off. Paige and Tay nail a double roundhouse kick, knocking each other out. Guevara then climbs up, but he gives the middle finger, and Scorpio Sky bites his finger. Sky pushes Guevara off the ladder onto the barbed wire ladder and grabs the title. Your new AEW TNT World Champion, Scorpio Sky. This title is bouncing back and forth. This was a good Dynamite overall. A lot of stuff happening, a lot of stuff going on. I definitely recommend checking it out. Dynamite is happening later on tonight, so definitely check that out as well. It was a great show. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I'm excited for Double or Nothing. We know CM Punk will take on Hangman Adam Page for the AEW World title. A lot happening. All right, everyone, we're going to wrap it up. Be safe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.